Hi all, this is our second video on Powershell. Hope you have watched the first part and you have liked it. So in this video overall we are going to discuss about the execution policies and what is it and why it is required. So by default Powershell has a execution policy, which basically means like whether a script, in simple terms I will explain, whether a script can be executed in PowerShell or not. So this is defined in execution policies. So overall, if you have gone through the my post on execution policy in PowerShell, overall you have seen restricted, all signed, remote signed, unrestricted and bypass. So overall 5 executions policy which I have explained in this blog. So here we will discuss each and everything in one by one, what it is and why it is required. So by default PowerShell has an execution policy which is known as restricted. So restricted means it will not allow any local scripts as well as any scripts that is downloaded from internet. It will not allow it to run. So by default, if we double click, if we are running PowerShell for the first time and we have not changed the execution policy and we have double click and we are executing it, it will not allow to run it. So this is the default. So in order to see what is my current execution policy, you have to write get hyphen execution policy. So since I have made some changes, I have changed it to remote sign. So let's do one thing. We will set the execution policy to restricted. How to set hyphen execution policy? We have previously in the first one we have described like what set is a noun and verb combination. So basically it is a commandlet, which is a set hyphen execution policy is a commandlet which is a combination of noun and verb. So once we try to set it as restricted, it will give information, a little bit of detail regarding this. So just do a. So we are done. Once we'll verify this execution policy, so it's restricted. Now we will try to execute a script which we have created of our own. Let's try whether it will allow us to run it or not. So I have kept that exit script in E drive. Just do ls. Okay, so this is a script which I have created. You can see graphically also, test.ps1, so which is in my E drive. So what I will do, simply I will see the content of that test.ps1. So in PowerShell, similar to what we have in Linux machine like cat, we have, in order to see the contents of a file, here we have get hyphen content, since it works on noun and verb commandlet. So just run. So simply you can see we are just printing. Right host is used for print in PowerShell. So this is a script file. So how to run this? Simply give a /test ps1. So you can see the error, it is clearly given, cannot be loaded because running script is disabled on this system. Similarly, in order to this is the first time if you are running PowerShell, you will get this error because the execution policy is not set to restricted. So you need to set the execution policy according to your choice. So the second execution policy, just the reverse of this, is restricted. So in order to activate that, what you have to do is same set execution policy and just do unrestricted, do a. Okay, done. Now try to run the same script again. See, we are able to run it. So similarly we have this unrestricted is there available. Similarly we have bypass, remote signed. So what this bypass actually does is, bypass is similar to unrestricted, but the only difference is that in unrestricted you will get a prompt for permission, but in bypass you will not get any prompt and your script can be executed whether it is remote or local. It can be executed from anywhere. So but this should be avoided because it's not recommended by Microsoft and you can land up in executing a malicious code sometimes. So the best preference is given to remote signed. Remote signed means it will all the scripts which we are downloading from internet should have actually a digital signature which is from a trusted publisher. So and in remote sign all the local scripts which we are writing of our own can be executed as it is, so no problem. Only the problem will be the ones which we are downloading from internet. So these are the all the execution policy which we discussed. So any more thing we left? I think we all signed is for one thing we left. All signed execution policy is for even if you are writing a local script also we should have a digital signature same as your remote one. So both the local as well as remote should have a digital signature, then only it will allow to run that script. So this is how you used to do it. Similarly, if we have if you want to see what are the other options which will get in set execution policy, just I will clear the screen first. So in order to clear, we will simply clear, even clear hyphen host will also work the same. Okay, so what you have to do is just do a help and set hyphen execution policy, we will get this one. So here we can see what are the syntax. This we all did, and the one thing is scope. Scope is either limited to that particular process, current user, local machine, or user profile. Means what will be the scope till for which particular thing we are applying this particular execution policy. So once suppose for example we are doing it bypass scope and local machine, so see it is working fine. So hope you all enjoyed this session. So this is all about execution policy. Next we will since we came across like why it is all these execution policies are required, next we will discuss how to elevate all this execution policy. Yeah, there's a way through which we can escape all this executing of policies, and like for everything it will be asked for this error, whatever error we showed. So in order to avoid this we have several ways that we will discuss on our next video. Thank you, and please share if you like the video. Thank you.